Good boy. I wanted to show you Harry. Say you knew he was with me while I was walking. Then let's see if I can balance you up here properly. There you go. Wow, good morning. Here we are. Beautiful morning. It is 7:25 on Palm Sunday. Beautiful morning. I thought I'd get up a bit early. I've not even changed. I thought wearing the same things as I wore yesterday. I just didn't want to miss the sunrise and the bird song, as you can hear now. I think this Palm Sunday is going to be a Sunday like we've never really experienced, or as Christians, not in the Western world anyway. I can't remember a time when I wouldn't have been at church on Palm Sunday, although I'm sure there were times. I'm sure I've missed the odd one or two Palm Sundays. I'm sure if I can remember way back, but I can't, but it would have been some time ago. So yeah, but this is a type of forced missing, isn't it, for all of us who are Christians in the Christian world, unable to gather together and celebrate that journey of Jesus, that final journey of Jesus. This morning I felt a bit guilty because I thought, oh, I need a palm cross and I won't be at church to pick one up. Well, would you believe, only a couple of days ago I was looking for something which I'd lost in one of the cupboards, and turning out the cupboards I found two palm crosses. And what did I do? Well, I thought, well, they're no good anymore, they're all dusty, and so I threw them in the compost, the garden compost bin. Well, fortunately, again, as you know, they've stopped picking up the compost bins, and this morning when I got up and came out, I thought, oh, I wish I'd got one of those palm crosses. I shouldn't have thrown them away. I felt quite guilty actually about throwing it away now, but and I thought, well, anyway, I got Harry on the lead and come outside, and I thought, well, I'll just have a look, because both Jenny and I have been gardening yesterday and the day before, and I thought, oh well, everything would be piled on top of those crosses. But would you believe, I found two. I've left one at home. I found there's still laying on top of the compost where I'd left it, thrown it. And what does it mean to me? Well, it means it's a symbol, isn't it? The cross. But of course, this one's made of a palm leaf or reed, or I don't know how they do what they do make them out of. But we recognise it as being a palm cross. The triumphal entry. I sometimes wonder about that word, triumphal entry, of Jesus coming into Jerusalem on the donkey, and people waving their palm trees and palms and throwing their things on their cloaks on the ground for the donkey to walk across. Sometimes has a strange ring to it. What would Jesus have really been thinking? He must have known, and there was only just a very few days left for him on this earth. Whether he knew what sort of end he would have, whether he knew about the cross, I don't know. He probably did. So what must he have been feeling as he came into Jerusalem with all those crowds cheering and waving their palm leaves? It got me thinking. It's something which we don't very often think about. With the hymn, ride on in majesty, in lowly pomp, ride on to die. What words, you know? Who wants to go like that and know that you're going like that? But of course the incredible thing is, of course, we've got Good Friday, yes, when we do remember that awful day, that awful time when Christ was crucified. But we also have, we now have that hindsight, don't we? We know the Easter story. And although some people are still very skeptical about it, I do believe, well, I know that it happened because Jesus still lives with me, he still talks to me, he still walks with me. And I just love the story after Jesus had risen of the breakfast on the beach, where he calls his disciples who've been out fishing and caught nothing really but a few fish. But he calls them to come to him on the beach, and when they get there and find him sitting on the beach by the Sea of Galilee, they find that he's lit a fire, he's got a spit across, he's caught some fish himself, and invites them to come and eat and have breakfast with him. I think it's just a great story, and it's one that I really relate to sometimes when well, especially in my old camping days when we cooked over an open fire and things like that. But this symbol here, and what is more, when we have a cross, I've got a cross on my windowsill at home. It's an empty cross because I know that Jesus rose. He not only rose for me, he rose for everybody. He rose for everybody to know that there is a life, a special life, a life where we are yet to. Don't know what it's going to be like. I'm quite excited really when that comes to it, but don't necessarily want it to come just yet, because listen to the bird song. That's a blue tit, a blackbird. The woodpecker just in the distance, which you probably might not pick up. Pheasant. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a wonderful life that we've got here. We should cherish it and know that whatever's to come, death is not the end, because Jesus has proved it to us. God bless. Have a lovely Palm Sunday, as best you can, but at least the sun is shining. Makes it so much better. God bless to you all.